a tiny island in the middle of nowhere. A civilization that carved giants out of volcanic stone. And a mystery that still whispers across the Pacific: what happened to the people of Rapa Nui? In the endless blue of the southeastern Pacific Ocean lies a speck of land, barely visible even from the soaring height of the clouds. This island, Rapa Nui, known to the world as Easter Island, is one of the most isolated inhabited places on Earth. No neighboring islands for thousands of kilometers. No nearby continents. Only ocean and the wind and the eternal silence of distance. And today, we ask the question: who were the keepers of the Moai, and what destroyed their world? The story of Rapa Nui begins with courage, unimaginable courage. Thousands of years ago, the Polynesians sailed across the Pacific in double-hulled canoes. No maps. No metal. Only stars, waves, winds, and knowledge passed down in chance. Around 800 to 1200 AD, a small group of these master navigators reached an island unlike any other, a triangular piece of volcanic land covered in forests, filled with birds, and wrapped in untouched beauty. They called it Te Pito o Te Henua, the navel of the world. These early settlers built homes of reeds, planted sweet potatoes, raised chickens, and formed clans. Life was balanced, peaceful, organized. But that peace would eventually fracture under the weight of their own ambition. At some point in their history, the Rapa Nui people began carving enormous stone figures, moai, massive heads with long noses, deep eye sockets, and solemn expressions. Why? We believe the answer lies in ancestor worship. To the Rapa Nui, ancestors were protectors, spiritual guardians who brought rain, prosperity, and safety. So the people carved images of their chiefs, their leaders, their gods. Each moai was a monument to memory, power, and spiritual presence. The stone came from Reino Raraku, a volcanic quarry that became a landscape of giants. Hundreds of statues lie here still, half-carved, abandoned, frozen in time like ghosts. Moving these giants across the island was a miracle of engineering. The Rapa Nui said the moai walked. And recent experiments show they may have truly walked, rocked side to side with ropes by teams of coordinated pullers. This was the golden era, a time of unity, purpose, and belief. But greatness has a price. The moai grew larger and larger. Each clan competing for prestige. More statues. Bigger statues. Taller statues. The forests that once covered the island were cut for tools, rollers, ropes, and eventually depleted. Without trees, birds vanished. Soil eroded. Fishing canoes disappeared. Agriculture declined. Food became scarce. And hunger breeds conflict. By the 1600s, Rapa Nui was no longer peaceful. Desperate, starving clans fought for survival. Old beliefs were challenged. Moai, once sacred, were toppled. Everywhere across the island, statues were pushed over, cracked, abandoned. The age of the ancestors ended. And a new religion rose. The Birdman cult. Each year, warriors risked their lives scaling the cliffs of Orongo and swimming through shark-infested waters to retrieve the first egg of the sacred terns. The warrior who succeeded became Tangata Manu, the Birdman, ruler for a year. It was a brutal age, but it kept the island from tearing itself apart completely. Then came the greatest tragedy of all, from beyond the horizon. In 1722, Europeans arrived. With them came disease, violence, enslavement. Peruvian slave traders raided the island in the 1800s, kidnapping chiefs, priests, and scribes. They took with them the last people who could read the mysterious Rongorongo script, one of the world's rare undeciphered texts. By the late 19th century, only a handful of Rapa Nui survivors remained. A civilization that once carved giants was reduced to nearly nothing. Today, the moai stand again, some restored, some still broken, some forever lost in rubble. But the mystery remains. Why did the Rapa Nui carve such enormous statues? How exactly did they move them? Is Rongorongo a lost writing system waiting to be decoded? And is the collapse a warning, a message for humanity about balance, resources, and survival. Easter Island is a mirror, reflecting our own world. A world where greatness can rise, and where destruction can follow if we forget the limits of nature. Their island was small, but their dreams were monumental. Their world ended, but their stone giants still watched the horizon. The Rapa Nui have vanished into history, yet their moai still speak.